The basic characteristics of Jalisco. The capital is Guadalajara City. Its population 7,931,267 inhabitants in June 2015. Territorial percentage is 4.0% of the country's territory. His number of hotels is 1,603 and his number of rooms is 63,272. He has 7 pueblos mágicos.
During the last summer vacation period, tourism services showed an increase of 40% and hotel occupancy was 70% according to figures from the Tourism Directorate. In spite of the light rail wars that include the first frame of the city, Guadalajara didn't lose its tourist attraction during the last summer vacation period, an increase of visitors of 6% in relation to the previous year with almost 13,000 tourists. On the other hand, if the construction works of Line 3 of the light rail weren't, tourists would have increased more than 6%. The interest of visitors in Guadalajara is to know its history center. For instance, Teatro Degollado, Instituto Cultural Cabañas, Catedral, Plaza de Armas, Rotonda, and the other places.
In the first graphic, you can see the arrival of total tourists to the empty period 2009 and 2016, and it's just in statistics of Jalisco. On the other hand, you can see the arrival of tourists to the empty by type of tourists, like national or international, in the same period. In the other, you can see the percentage of occupation in the empty with respect to the nationality. Occupation percentage national in the same period is equal in the two aspects. And the ultimate graphic, you can see the offering occupation in the empty room in like rooms in the same period in Jalisco, and the first years is equal, and in the 2013 you can see the increase of the offering.
During the last summer vacation period, tourism services showed an increase of 40% and hotel occupancy was 70% according to figures from the Tourism Directorate. In spite of the light rail wars that include the first frame of the city, Guadalajara didn't lose its tourist attraction during the last summer vacation period, an increase of visitors of 6% in relation to the previous year with almost 13,000 tourists. On the other hand, if the construction works of Line 3 of the light rail weren't, tourists would have increased more than 6%. The interest of visitors in Guadalajara is to know its history center. For instance, Teatro Degollado, Instituto Cultural Cabañas, Catedral, Plaza de Armas, Rotonda, and the other places.
The tourism sector of Jalisco, it is estimated that in 1960 it will generate an economic income 38,850.4 million pesos, a figure that represents a growth of 3.1% with respect to 1950. Finally, the sector represents 9% of the total gross domestic product, and after the collapse suffered by the tourism sector on a global scale since 1909, the main destination of internationality, the sector represents 9% of the total gross domestic product, and after the collapse suffered by the tourism sector on a global scale since 2009, the main destinations of the entity, Puerto Vallarta, is falling and growing. For example, in Jalisco, it generates 190,000 formal jobs, and the entity holds the 13th national positions in attracting foreign visitors. According to figures from the state government, it is estimated that at the end of 1960, the entity has received 3.9 million international tourists. Therefore, Puerto Vallarta is currently the main tourist destination for the state. The fastest growing is the magical beach of Tequila, which is in the Therefore, Puerto Vallarta is currently the main tourist destination for the state. The fastest growing is the magical village of Tequila, which in the last decade went from receiving 100,000 to 1.1 million tourists.